All right, good morning, everybody. I think we're going to get started. We have a few people filtering in here. So good morning and welcome to your first session of Group Coaching Explore Exercise. My name is Megan. I'm a health coach at Intera Health, and Intera Health and Central Processing have teamed up together to develop the wellness program Explore. I'm trying to blank on your wellness program here. But anyways, everybody, welcome to our first session of Explore Exercise, our group coaching session. My name is Megan. I'm a health coach at Intera Health. Before we get into our coaching for today, I wanted to just go over a few bits of information. Some of you may be new to coaching, specifically group coaching. So I just wanted to give you a little bit more information on what the plan is, and we'll go from there. So this is the first time we are offering group coaching to Central Processing as far as this year is. This is actually the third series that we are offering. So because we were also kind of geographically spread apart, this was really a good opportunity to kind of use technology to bring us all together. So what we have here is if you are dialed in on your phone, great. If you can be dialed in on the computer as well, that would really be the best opportunity to get the full experience. But I understand that having a computer and a phone is difficult sometimes. So dialing in is great. So that will work as well. If you do just call in, just give me a heads up because I can't see you on my screen. So I just want to make sure that I send out the presentations prior to our session so you can at least follow along by printing out the materials. So we'll get a little bit more into what health coaching is for those of you that may not know. So health coaching is basically an opportunity to work specifically on what you want for your health. So it's a conversation designed to inspire and challenge you to focus on your health, kind of keep you on that right path. Although we are in this group setting, it really is focusing on you, the individual, and what you want for your individual goals and objectives. Group coaching is set up to be confidential. So I can see all the attendees, but the attendees can't see the attendees. So I never will be calling anybody by their names or any acknowledgement that you are on this call, just to keep it completely confidential. This is your time individually to learn and grow. The format is educational based. So we'll have a focus, a topic of each week, and then I'll kind of be giving some assignments or homework somewhat, so you can kind of have some action items to work on between each call to give you, kind of keep your mind on it and keep you working forward. And so there'll be 5 sessions. Each session is about 15 to 20 minutes. They're pretty quick, and we'll be meeting at 7 a.m. on Monday morning. So hopefully that works for you. Also, I understand life happens, so if you are going to be missing, no problem. Try and let me know ahead of time so we're not waiting for you. I like to make sure everybody's here. And if you do miss, I do record all the sessions, so I'll be sending those out after that you can listen. So the intent of these sessions is to be educational, challenging, rewarding, and hopefully a little fun, right? Okay, so why are we here? So I'm sure you all have a pretty good idea of why you're here. Something on your mind that you've been wanting to work toward, either start or re-spark the motivation. You know why you're here. You know what you want to achieve. So how do we get there? Developing a game plan or a plan of action is really that next step. So the first thing to identify is your why, the reason why you're motivated to make the change now. The reason has to be purely yours, meaning it can't be, I want to eat healthy because my doctor wants me to, or I want to lose weight because my spouse is pushing me to. It has to be really a reason that comes first from you. So once you've decided on that reason or reasons, write it down and revisit it often. If it's a Post-it note on your mirror at home or on your desk or your workstation or tucked away in your wallet, whatever you need, write it down and have that available to you. And we'll kind of touch base on the importance of that in a little bit. So the next step is to create a wellness vision, or said differently, a place that you ultimately want to be with your health. So what does it look like for you when you have reached your goals? Once again, kind of write this down, draw a picture, write out a few words, whatever it makes sense for you to kind of have that for yourself. Make it real for you and make it about you, not, once again, what other people or society or whatever want for you. So some examples of wellness visions or vision statements, and these are just examples. Obviously, yours would be individualized to you, would be to have the knowledge and understanding of what healthy foods are and how to properly fuel my body. To feel good about the foods that I put in my body and not have regrets or guilt after I eat. To have enough energy to sustain my busy schedule. To be able to live long enough to play with my grandkids. These are all why statements. Why are you doing these things for yourself, right? So you have your reason why, you have your vision statement. So now it's time to start formulating your goals or your objectives. So goals are tending to be something that is about 3 to 6 months in the future. Something that is somewhat long-term, but short-term enough where you can kind of see the action items played out before you. And then the objectives are basically the achievable steps to get you going in that right direction. So I like to use something called SMART goals. So SMART goals are an acronym, and we'll kind of go over what each individual letter means. So what a SMART goal is basically, S is specific. So spelling out the what, the who, the where, and the when. So something would be specific would be, I want to eat 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. So something that's very specific, right? Measure, M is a measure. You should be able to measure your goal. How can you attain or meet that goal? If you don't have this measure, you're kind of running on the hamster wheel. When am I ever going to, get to that point that I want to be at? If it's a pound, if it's an inch, whatever that measure is for you, this is how it is going to be. Sometimes measure is tricky if it's a feeling. I want more energy. Sometimes that's hard to gauge, but still it's measure. So I want to not have that afternoon slump, or I want to be able to wake up in the morning and not drag myself out of bed, kind of measure. Attainable and realistic are weighing the effort and the time with the other obligations and priority. It's kind of that fine line that we all walk in life, finding that sweet spot of not setting yourself up to fail, starting small enough, but also being achievable enough where you can see that progress and you know that you can achieve it, right? And then time-based, setting that time frame for yourself so that you know that you have a time frame to reach it in. And this can change, when you get closer to maybe the end of that 3 to 6 months, you're not quite there. That's okay. But setting that time frame kind of keeps you on track to get there. All right. Moving on here. So remember your why and remember your motivation, and revisit your wellness vision for inspiration. So here are a few additional tips to kind of get you going. So be flexible and forgiving. Like I said, if you get off track, don't get down on yourself. Kind of just pick up where you left off. Don't always think that you have to start over. Say you had a bad weekend. Okay, maybe, you had a couple, moments of weakness or whatever. That's okay. Just pick up where you left off the next day or the next meal. Stay positive. Positive self-talk is really beneficial. It really can be hard when you're constantly down on yourself or know that, I haven't done it before, I can't do it again, or, having that positivity, knowing that you can really get through this is a good place to be. If you're into it, there's positive, quotes or inspirations, but kind of keeping those positive mantras in your mind, just a few phrases. I can do this. I can get through this. I'm strong. I have I have things going for me. Those type of things are really good to keep in mind. And then learning from your setbacks. I have a picture of Albert Einstein on this slide because one of my favorite quotes, and not because it isn't necessarily inspirational, but kind of grounds you, is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results, right? So how are you going to change this approach this time? How will you impact your goals differently? You're like, well, I've tried weight loss before. I've tried, this before, and it hasn't worked. Okay, great. Let's try it again a different way, right? A different way of thinking about it, a different way of acting toward reaching that goal. Okay. All right. So before next time, what I would like for you to do is specifically look over this information. I'll send it out after our call today, but focus on your wellness vision. If you already have a wellness vision, maybe refocus on it and kind of fine tune it to make it make sense for you. If it's, obviously this is an Explore exercise session, which is fine. So your wellness vision can be around that. But if it means something else, that's okay too. And explore your why. What is the reason why you signed up for this session? What is the reason why you want to be healthier? Write out one SMART goal relating to your vision. Remember, a SMART goal is kind of those individual objectives to kind of get you going in the right direction. And then if you can, identify maybe what is a barrier, what has been maybe stopping you in your past from having success, kind of exploring that as well. So once again, I'll send out these objectives to work on before our next session. Our next session is kind of digging deep into the benefits of exercise. So we'll go from there. All right, you guys, thanks for being here this morning. I will send out this information in an email later today. Otherwise, have a great Monday, and we'll see you next week at 7 o'clock. Have a great day.